Hey guys, welcome to our virtual studio class number 3. This video is going to be a little simpler, mostly because I want you to keep on practicing with your blues scale. Use last week's video to be able to play along there and keep on working on that scale shape and the melody that we wrote for the St. Pat's Blues. This week, instead, we're going to talk about broken chord playing, or arpeggiating our chords, and we might have talked about this a little bit and tried it out in class at some point, but I want to give you guys a simple exercise so that you can work on creating a different kind of texture for your chord playing. And what that means, texture, is the sound, all the combined sounds of a song. When that's all put together, it creates what we call a texture. So sometimes a song can have a really soft texture, or maybe it's more complex, like some crazy avant-garde jazz tune that I like, but everyone else thinks it sounds like a bunch of dying sheep or something. But anyway, broken chords, a lot of the time you'll hear them for slower or softer sounds. Yeah, if you go really fast, then it makes it like a banjo sound. So it works for old country names like Chet Atkins, which are really old kind of music that you guys probably have no idea of. But our broken chords, we're just going to use a G chord. So that's the full chord. Remember, we've got our first string, 3rd fret, and then all the way on our 5th string, 2nd fret, and 6th string, 3rd fret. And then I like to use the 2nd string, 3rd fret for a bright sound. Now, of course, for this exercise, we don't need those 2 lowest strings. So if you want to, you can just hold down these 2 top strings. Okay. So, here's our pattern. It's going to be in 3s. We can count to 3. I'm sure we can. They're triplets. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Kind of like a waltz. You could also call it triplet, 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 triplet. Now you probably notice the notes, they're going up and down and up and down. Now keep that in mind because it can help with what you want it to sound like. How do you want it to sound? You want it to go up, down, up, down. Might be simple. It's not like all that craziness, but we just want to take our time to make sure our right hand is getting smarter in how it's playing our chords. So right now I'm not holding a pick. Here it is with a pick. All right, so in case you can't see, I'm starting at the 4th string, then working my way towards the 1st string. Once I hit that 1st string, I come back down. So it's pretty simple. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Shouldn't be that confusing or weird or anything. So that's if you're using a pick. You could do all down plucks, or you could go down for working towards the 1st string, and then up when you're on your way back. I don't usually like doing it that way because it can feel a little weird. I usually do it all, but that's the way that I play. Maybe for you, you want to press all down and then pull back up. It's up to you. Whatever sounds good and feels good to your technique. Now, another way you could play it is by using all of your fingers instead of just the thumb like I was doing. Now you can say, alright, each finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, not the pinky, our pinky's stupid, so we don't want that one. They're all getting one string. And that style is called finger picking. What a crazy idea, finger picking. It's not the most clever name, but that's all you're doing. You're just using one finger per those 4 strings. And the good thing about that, say you switched it to a C chord, like this. Now it would have been hard to see, but when I switched to the C chord, I let my thumb hit the 5th string, not the 4th string, for a different bottom note. So it creates a bass line, creates notes that are traveling along the bottom, serving as a foundation for the music. And that's the benefit of finger picking. I don't have to be hopping around the guitar a lot because my thumb is in charge of the low strings and my other fingers are in charge of the higher strings. So it can make it easy to travel around in those styles that use finger picking. And we're not going to do anything crazy like that. Like I said, just stick with our G chord shape and practice that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And get used to doing that. Make them all nice and even. So not like this. Nope, we want it all right in a row, even across the board. Alright. So that shouldn't be too challenging. I just want you to do that a little bit, get comfortable with our broken chord playing, and then work a little bit on our blues scale playing. Use the melody from last week's lesson and keep working on that shape. Get comfortable with it so that when we're all back together again, you'll be able to use that to have some fun. We'll all play some bluesy music together and it'll sound really cool. Alright, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Keep washing your hands, and I will see you guys next week.